Morning students, this is KG Misra. I'm here again with the next part of the video of class 9th, that is force and laws of motion, and this is the second part of the exercise. Okay, the first part we have done in the previous video, okay, till class question number 8th, and from question number 9th onwards we will doing in this video. Okay, I hope all of you are well and fine, okay, and studying hard. Just keep it up. Okay, let's go to the question number 9. Now see what the question number 9 is all about. Question number 9 says that a body is there, okay, which has got mass m. Mass is m, and it is moving with velocity v. Now what is the momentum? You know momentum, you have studied linear momentum. So they have this, it is basically a MCQ type question. 4 options are given, you have to choose the correct option. So A option is mv whole square, second option is mv square, third is half mv square, fourth is m into v. Now which is correct for which one is correct? Formula of momentum, obviously this one is correct. Okay, note it down. Okay, see what is question number 10. It is a conceptual question and little bit tricky question. Okay, children most probably got prey of this. Actually they find it difficult to solve, although it's a very small question. See, this is an wooden cabinet, okay, and this wooden cabinet, on this wooden cabinet what we are doing, this is kept on a floor. You can see the center part is a floor, smooth floor. I'm not saying, actually it's a floor, plain floor, okay, and we are applying how much force? 200 Newton force is applied. In which direction? In the horizontal direction. And when this force is applied, 200 Newton, what do you expect? It should start accelerating. It's not happening. Actually, it is given the question that it is moving with a constant velocity. Okay. Now, 200 Newton force you are applying, it is moving with constant velocity. Now, in question it has been asked that how much force the surface is going to apply on this wooden cabinet. How much force the surface is going to apply on this wooden cabinet. Now see, first thing, which force this surface can apply on this wooden cabinet? It is which force? Yes, obviously it is friction force. Friction force. Okay. Now, second thing, how much force it will apply? See my dear children, suppose if any net force is acting on this cabinet, any net force means any unbalanced force is acting on this cabinet. Suppose even if you are taking 0.1 Newton also, okay, then what you can write? You can write m into a, and then what will happen? You will get the acceleration 0.1 upon whatever is the mass of that cabinet. Okay, so you will have some acceleration, and when some acceleration is there, then can the velocity be constant? Not at all. So that means for velocity to be constant, the acceleration must be 0. And when acceleration can be 0? Obviously mass of a body cannot be 0. The net force, the net unbalanced force must be 0. That means only balanced forces must be acting on this body. Okay. That means what you will do? That means what is the case? That means the applied force equal to the force of friction. Both are balancing each other. When they are balancing each other, then no unbalanced force is acting. When no unbalanced force is acting, then we will continue to move with the constant velocity. Okay. So, what is the value of friction of force? It is minus 200 Newton. Why I am writing minus? Because direction is opposite. Okay. Because direction is opposite. Clear? So, you can write F is equals to minus of F. Okay. So, here you can write minus F is equals to how much? 200, or F is equals to how much? Minus 200 Newton. Now there is no confusion. Okay. So remember, whenever a body is moving with constant velocity, then net force acting on the body is 0. Net force acting on the body is 0. It means the forces acting on the body are balanced, or they are balancing each other. And when they are balancing each other, See, both have magnitude same, so they are balancing each other, and their direction is also opposite. Only then they can balance. So that's why we have got minus sign. Okay, and that's why we get F is equals to minus 200. If they are not along in the opposite direction, they cannot balance. They will get added. Okay, clear? Okay. Now next part of the question. Okay. Number 11. In question number 11, see, two identical bodies are there. Identical means have similar bodies. This has got mass 1.5 kg. This also has got mass 1.5 kg. Okay. If you say this mass of this body as m1, it is this much. If you call this mass of this body as m2, it is equals to this much, 1.5 kg. Okay. And this is moving with velocity u. This is also moving with velocity u. But both are moving along the same straight line and in the opposite direction. And what is the value of u? It is 2.5 meter per second. So this is moving in this direction with velocity of 2.5 meter per second, and this is moving in the opposite direction. So if you're taking this direction positive, that direction you have to take negative. Okay. Now, after some time they collide. Once they collide, they stick together. And after sticking, they are moving with certain velocity v. What is the question? Question is that what is this? What is the value of this velocity v? Okay. Now, can you tell me what is the total mass now when they are stick together? It is 1.5 plus 1.5. That is, you can write its mass is m1 plus m2. That is equals to 3 kg. Okay, can you write this? Okay. Now to find this, what we have to do? We have to use the law of conservation of momentum. Why? Because no external force is acting on them. Whatever force is acting, they are applying on each other only. Okay. No external body is coming and applying force on them. So we know that when no external force is acting, then we can apply the law of conservation of momentum. So what we can write? M1 U1. Okay. Suppose this is U1 and this is U2. Okay. So what we can write here? U1 is 2.5 and U2 is minus 2.5 meter per second. Okay. Because of opposite direction. So let us write U2. No problem. Okay. So M1 U1 plus M2 U2 is equals to M1 V plus M2 V, because both will moving with the same velocity. Both will move with the same velocity after collision. That's why their velocity will remain same. Okay. So what you can write here? M1 is how much? 1.5. U1 is how much? U1 is 2.5. And what is M2? M2 is again 1.5. What is U2? U2 is minus 2.5. Why? Because of opposite direction. Okay. This is equals to M1. M1 we can take common V from here. We will get M1 plus M2 into V. Okay. Now 1.5 into 2.5, that we have to find out. Okay. So let's see what we can do. See here. It is 1.5 into 2.5. Let's not multiply this. When you multiply this minus with the plus, what will you get? Minus 1.5 into 2.5. That is equals to V is equals to this by M1 plus M2. Okay. Now tell me, is this is equal to this? Okay. So when this is equal to this, see in between negative sign is there. Same thing minus same thing is what? It is 0. So what we will get? We will get whatever is the value of M1 plus M2, doesn't matter. We will get V is equals to how much? 0 by 3 kg. And 0 by 3 kg is what? It will give us V is equals to 0 meter per second. Got it? Clear? Then we will take this M1 plus M2 here. M1 plus M2, we have taken 3 kg. We have got 3 kg over there. So this will become 0, 0 by 3. Okay. As we will get 0 by 3 is equals to V. So V is equals to 0 meter per second. That means after collision, they will come to rest all together. They will stick together and they will come to rest. They will not move anymore. Okay. Now it is question number 12. See what is there in the question number 12. we know that no, for every action according to Newton's third law, what we know? We know that for every action there is equal and opposite reaction. If you are applying action of suppose 5 Newton on this, okay, so this will also apply 5 Newton force on this, okay, this will also apply 5 Newton on this, so both will apply equal forces on each other, okay. So action reaction pairs are equal and opposite. Now see, if you are applying force on a truck, massive body, no, then what will happen? Truck will not move, okay. So here suppose a truck is there, okay, see this is the truck, okay, and you are applying force on it, you are applying some force F. Now here this truck will not move. Now a student is there who is explaining this situation, that what he is saying, how he is explaining the situation, he is saying that action and reaction forces are balancing each other and that's why this truck is not moving, okay. What is the statement of that student? Action and reaction forces balance each other and that's why this truck is not moving. What you have to do? You have to justify this statement, okay, and you have to give the correct answer why this truck is not moving actually. See, first thing, do the action and reaction. See, this is this, okay, and this is U. This is U who is applying force on this truck, okay, in this direction, force F you are applying. So what will happen? Truck will apply force F on U, okay. So action and reaction acts on two different bodies. If they are acting on two different bodies, how they can balance each other? So they cannot balance each other, okay. First thing. Second thing, this truck is not moving because you are applying force on F on this, but this truck has got huge mass, so its inertia is more. As its inertia is more, so it is not moving. So it requires more force to move, okay. So we require to apply more force in order to overcome its inertia so that we can make it move, okay. Clear? So what answer you will write? Start writing. Action and reaction forces, action and reaction forces act on two different bodies, comma, so they cannot balance each other, full stop. In case of this truck, it has huge mass. In case of this truck, it has huge mass, so it will have huge inertia of rest. So it will have huge inertia of rest. Therefore, force applied by the person is not sufficient to make it move. Therefore, force applied by the person is not sufficient to make it move. Written? That is the answer of this question. Okay. See, in question number 12, what we have seen, we have done, is the statement of that boy is right? No. So that I missed, okay. So you must write that you must start the answer with the statement of the student is wrong, and then you will write the explanation which I have given already, okay. Now it is time for question number 13. In question number 13, what is there? There is a hockey ball. So this is the ground, this is a hockey ball, okay. And now this hockey ball, actually it is having mass 200 gram. 200 gram is equals to how many kgs? What you can write? It is, you can write 200 into 10 raised to the power minus 3 kg. Okay. So if you want to convert from gram to kg, you have to multiply by -3. 10 raised to the power -3. Okay. So we have got in kg. Clear? Now this ball was moving with the speed of 10 meter per second in this direction. Okay. And then what happened? Then a person came with a hockey. Okay. With a hockey stick and applied some force on this. And after the application of force, this ball started moving in this direction with a speed of 5 meter per second or with a velocity of 5 meter per second. Now, direction of velocity has changed. It was there 10 meter per second is in this direction. Now it is 5 meter per second in this direction. So one direction we have to take negative. This is positive x-axis direction. This is negative. So we can take this direction as negative. Okay. And that's why I have written here -5 meter per second. Clear? Now the question is asked that find the change in momentum of the ball. That is delta P. Delta P means change in momentum, and that is PF minus PI. F means final, I means initial. So final momentum minus initial momentum. That's what we have to find out. Okay. So now let's remove the question and let us find out the final momentum and initial momentum. So what is initial momentum? Initial momentum is initial mass is same, and initial velocity. That is how much? Mass is 200 into 10 raised to the power -3. Velocity is how much? It is 10. So what we will get? See here, it is 2, 1, 2, 3 zeros are there. So what you can write? 10 raised to the power 3. And here what is there? 10 raised to the power -3. So 10 raised to the power -3 and 10 raised to the power +3 will cancel each other. And what we will get? 2 kg meter per second. Why kg meter per second? Because mass has got unit kg, velocity has got unit meter per second. So this is the value of initial momentum. Okay. Now what about final momentum of the ball? Again m into v. What is m? It is 200 into 10 raised to the power -3. Okay. And what is v? It is -5. Okay. Now if you multiply, what you will get? You will get -200 into 5 is how much? 1000, that is 1000 into 10 raised to the power -3. Can you write this 1000 as -1 into 10 raised to the power 3? And this is what? 10 raised to the power -3. So 10 raised to the power -3 into 10 raised to the power +3 will cancel out. What you will get finally? You will get finally -1 kg meter per second. That is our final momentum. Okay. So we have got initial momentum as well as final momentum. Okay. Now what we have to do? We have to find out the change in momentum. Clear? So how to find the change in momentum? You have written this much because I have to rub the upper part at least. Note it down. Okay. Now we have to find out the change in momentum. So change in momentum, delta P is final momentum minus initial momentum. Final momentum is -1. Initial momentum is 2. So how much we are going to have? -3 kg meter per second. That is our answer. Okay. Just note it down. Done? Okay. See, this is question number 14. See what is there in the question number 14. A bullet is there. Okay. This bullet has got mass MB. B for bullet. Mass of bullet is how much? 10 gram. And 10 gram we want to convert into kg. So 10 into 10 raised to the power -3 kg. Okay. When we multiply 10 raised to the power -3, gram gets converted into kg. And it is moving with velocity of 150 meter per second. Okay. Now as it is moving, what will happen? It goes, and here what is there? A big wooden block is kept. Okay. It goes here, and as it reaches here, it will hit this block. As it will hit the block, what will happen? Its velocity is very high, so it will penetrate inside this. Okay. and then it will stop. Suppose it goes inside and then it stops here. This is the bullet, it stops here. Okay, so it travels how much distance? This distance. This much it penetrates inside the wooden block. This distance we have to find out. And it travels inside this wooden block in till how much time? That is 0.03 second. Okay, after hitting the surface, it starts penetrating, and till how much time it penetrates? It penetrates till time how much? 0.03 second. And in that time, how much distance it is traveling, that we have to tell. First thing. Second thing, its initial velocity was 150 meter per second, but finally what happened? Its final velocity is 0. Final velocity of the bullet is 0 meter per second. So it came to rest, that means. And you know very well, when a body is traveling with some velocity and coming to rest, that means some retarding force is acting, some opposing force is acting on the bullet. Obviously, who is applying here? It is the wooden block going to apply the opposing force on this bullet, and that's why this bullet, after penetrating a distance of s, it comes to rest. So that force which the wooden block is applying on the bullet, that we have to find out. Clear? Okay. So now what we will do, let's see. First we have to find out the s, the distance it has penetrated. Now for finding distance, what you are having? You are having u, you are having t, you are having v. Okay. So can you find out a? Because a we will require. So a is equals to what? V minus u by t. We know very well. So a of bullet is, v is 0, u is 150, time is 0.03. Okay. So 0 minus this, that means it is obviously minus 150. 0.03. Decimal is after how many places? 1, 2. So if you want to remove this decimal, here you will get 3. But decimal is after 2 places. If you remove decimal from here, you have to add 2 zeros here. So what we have to do? You can write it minus 1, 5. This was there. You are going to add 2 more zeros. So you will get here 3. Clear? We have removed this decimal from 2 places and we have added here 2 zeros. Okay. Now you can just cancel this. 3 5 ja 15. 1 2 3 zeros. Minus 5000. Okay. So we got acceleration or retardation, because it is negative, so retardation. It is, acceleration is how much? Minus 5000 meter per second square. Okay. Acceleration is how much? Minus 5000 meter per second square. That is the acceleration which the bullet suffers. Okay. Now once you have got this acceleration, okay, so you have to find out s. Noted this? Let us find it out. Very easily we can find out. See, s is equals to ut plus half at square. Okay. Now see here, s we have to find out. U is how much? It is 150. Time is how much? 0.03 second. Plus half. A is how much? It is minus 5000 into t square. Okay. So t square means t is how much? 0.03 whole square. Okay. Now I'm going to remove this. In this way we can put the value. This is our given. Don't get confused. This is t square. Okay. So s is equals to, when you multiply this, so 15 3 ja 45. What we are having? 10. Okay. Now you will have a decimal after how many places? See, after 2 places. So what you will get? You will get this much. That is 4.5. Okay. Let me write this decimal properly. It is 4.50. Here minus into plus is how much? Minus. And this 2 you can cancel this 5,000. So what you will get? 2,500. Okay, with the minus sign. Okay, so you can write 2,500. And what is the square of this? That is 0.03. So you will write the square of 3 is 9. But it is decimal is after how many places? 2 places. So you will, for squaring this, you will multiply 0.03 into 0.03. In both terms, decimal is after 2 places. So 2 plus 2, 4. So here decimal must be after 4 places. So what you have to write? You have to place 3 zeros. 0.12309. That's what you will get. Okay. So you can write 4.5. Need not to write the 0. Okay. Minus 9 you have to multiply here. So 9 5 ja 45. So 4 is left. These 2 zeros are there as it is. Okay. Now 9 2 ja 18. 18 plus 4 22. Decimal is after 1 2 3 4 places. 1 2 3 4 places. So what you are getting? 2.25. So we can write it is 4.5 minus 2.25. So how much you will get? See, 5 minus 2.25 is how much? 0.25. And 4 minus 2 is 2. So 2.25 meter. That is your distance traveled. Okay. You got the distance traveled, 2.25 meter. Now, we have to find out force. It's very easy because we know that force is mass into acceleration. What is the mass of the bullet? Because who felt the force? It is the bullet felt the force. Okay. Mass of the bullet is 10 into 10 to the power minus 3. What is the acceleration of the bullet? Because we have calculated the acceleration. It is minus 5,000 meter per second square. Okay. Now, what we can write from here, if you multiply these two, what you will get? This is 5,000, this is 10. You multiply, what you will get? 50,000. But before that, you do this so that I can remove this. Okay. Please note down. Done? Okay. See, after this, what we will get? I'm going to remove this total. Only last 5 minutes. Okay. So after this, what we will get? F is equals to, it is minus 50,000 into 10 to the power minus 3. Okay. Because 3 zeros and this 10. So 50,000. Okay. 4 zeros. Now what we can write this? Can we write this like this? 5 into 10 to the power 4. Because 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros are there. And here 10 to the power minus 3 is there. So what we will get? Plus 4 minus 3 is how much? Plus 1. So minus 5 into 10. Okay. That means minus 50 Newton. That much force is acting. Who has applied this? Who has applied this force? Wooden block has applied this force. On whom? On the bullet. Why this negative sign? Because it has applied the force on the bullet in the opposite direction of motion of the bullet in order to stop it. Okay. That's why it is negative. Okay. Now see, this is question number 15. What is given in question number 15? An object is there. Okay. Maybe of any shape. Okay. Which has got mass m1. m1 is how much? 1 kg. And it is moving with velocity of how much? 10 meter per second. That is u1. Okay. And here a wooden block is there. Okay. Wooden block has got mass how much? 5 kg. And its initial velocity is 0 meter per second. That means it is at rest. When this small body goes and strikes this, okay, then what happens? They stick together. And as they stick together, what happens? This is situation C. They stick together. Okay. And they move with the same, in the same direction with a common velocity v. Okay. This is moving with this velocity. This is mass. And it is going and colliding with the body this, which is at rest. Okay, it is u2 is equals to 0 meter per second. So it is at rest, and after collision they stick together, and they move with the velocity v in the same direction. Now what we have to find out? We have to find out their common velocity. First thing. Second thing, what we have to find out? We have to find out their momentum. We have to find out their initial momentum as well as final momentum. We have to find out. Okay, that is the question. Clear? Now, so first we have to find out their velocity, common velocity. So for that, what we have to do? See, who is applying force? They are applying force on each other. No external body is applying. Okay, so as no external unbalanced force is acting on the system, so total momentum will remain conserved. So what we can write? M1 U1 plus M2 U2, okay, is equals to M1 V1 plus M2 V2. This is our formula for conservation of momentum. Now, M1 is how much? 1 kg. U1 is how much? It is 10 plus M2 is how much? 5. U2 is how much? 0. M1 is again 1. V1 is V, because V we have to find out. Plus M2 is how much? 5. V2 is how much? V only, because both are moving the same velocity. So here what will get? 10 into 1 is 10 and 5 into 0 is 0. So 10 plus 0 is 1 into V is V, 5 into V is 5V. 5V plus 1V is how much? 6V. Okay. So what we are getting here? 6V is equals to 10. Okay. So V is equals to how much? 10 by 6. That means 2 5 is 10, 2 3 is 6. So what we will get? V is equals to 5 by 3 meter per second. Okay. Or you can convert it into decimal also, no problem. Okay. So we got the velocity. First part we have done. Now we have to find out the momentum, initial momentum and final momentum. Initial momentum, we know that M1 U1 plus M2 U2. You have to find out total initial momentum. M1 is how much? 1 and U1 is 10. M2 is 5, U2 is 0. Okay. So what we will get? 5 into 0 is 0, 1 into 10 is 10. So it is 10 kg meter per second. That is initial momentum. Okay. Now we have to calculate the final momentum. Okay. For calculating the final momentum, I have to remove this part. I think all of you have written. Okay. So final momentum I am going to write here, or find here. Sorry. Final momentum is M1 V1 plus M2 V2. M1 is how much? 1. V1 is actually how much? It is V only. And V how much we got? We have got how much? 5 by 3. So we will write here 5 by 3. Plus M2 is how much? It is 5. V2 is how much? It is again V, that is 5 by 3. Clear? Because both are moving with the same velocity, common velocity. So here we will get 5 by 3. What we get here? 25 by 3. Okay. As denominators are same, so what we can do? We can add the numerators. Simply we can add the same numerators. Okay. So final momentum is how much? It is 25 plus 5 is how much? 30 by 3. That is 3 10 ja. So we will get how much? 10 kg meter per second. So final momentum is 10 kg meter per second. What was the initial momentum? It was also 10 kg meter per second. Okay. So you got the final momentum, you got the initial momentum, and you got the common velocity. Done? Okay. So that's all for this video, my dear children. So we have already solved till question number 15 of your NCERT exercise. Okay. The remaining solution you will get in the next video. Till then, thank you. Take care and keep on studying. Bye bye.